I grew up confused about my culture and identity and felt out of place most of the time until I found comedy, which forced me to be honest with myself, and I realized mostly I'm just an expat brat. Welcome to my show. I'm Salman. So that's it with July, huh? We're already into August, and I don't know where July went. I'm going through a phase right now, guys, where simultaneously I've given up on the year because we're 7 months in, and it's too late to turn my life around this year. And at the same time, I've watched clips about people going on about like there's still 5 months left, and we still have enough time. I'm not even sure though when I sit back and think, time for what? Sometimes I just think I get into the race and then realize I have no idea why or what this race is. Why am I in this 100-meter sprint? And so that's how my year is going. How are you guys doing? It's been interesting, isn't it? I've been sitting thinking about some stuff that's been going on, and one of the things that's been annoying me lately, as always, is some of the customer service stuff around. Yeah, I have a lot of love and respect. Love is a strong word. Love would mean I really truly care so deeply that I'm probably up at night worrying about it. So maybe not love. I have a lot of respect. Actually, respect's probably the wrong word too, because respect would mean I actually find most of them of a certain standard, and they some level of admiration. I have a lot of, let me try this again. I have a lot of pain. No, that would mean I'm feeling it. Look, I'll get there. Okay, just give me a sec. I have a lot of sympathy. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Sympathy for people in service business, service jobs, right? I think that's it. I have a lot of sympathy for them. At the same time, I want to kill some of them. Right? It's like a sympathetic kill. And I guess because I feel sympathy for them, I think maybe that might be the best option for all of us. God, this turned violent really fast, huh? The reason I have sympathy for them is because I do understand sometimes some customers can just be horrible. All right. And to be honest, it's not like I've never been a horrible customer at some point. Lost my shit, or just got super annoyed, just got more angry than probably the situation warranted, you know? But I think it is that. But at the same time, you know, you do a bad job at anything, sometimes it is right to get that angry. Or sometimes you feel like you need to get angry to get them to listen. And that sounds like an abusive relationship where they force me to be the abuser, and then I feel bad afterwards and I have to apologize to them. I have to apologize to them because I lost my cool to them doing something that was really unhelpful. And shit, this is me like trying to explain why I hit my spouse. Like, not that that's what I do. I've never hit my spouse. That's not what I meant. I meant like, if I did, this sounds like a person who would hit their spouse. This is how they justify it. But in my case, it's not, it is justified. Like, they actually do mess up things so far, and you have to chase it for weeks and months sometimes to get something sorted. So it is their fault. But then an abuser might actually consider that they are right as well. So now I don't know if I am an actual abuser or I'm justified. Is it ever justified? Not that I've ever used any violence on any service person. This is not where I wanted this to go. I had, what I meant to say at the beginning was that I feel bad for them. Let me hang on. Just let me restart this. Okay, cool. I do feel bad because sometimes these jobs are like lower paid, badly paid, and hours are horrible, and sometimes you're made to follow dumb rules. I've had my share. And listen, I can talk because I did have a service job once, right? Like, if you've ever had a service job, then for life you're allowed to talk about it. Like, talk about service. And because, you know, for a minor part of my life, I felt the pain. And I think in some ways we all are in some kind of service to people, to our clients, to fellow colleagues, to audience members, right? So we're all in service. So it's okay for me to, God, now I sound like those people who say they have a black friend. This isn't, my point is, this isn't where, look, my point is, I'm trying to say that for all the sympathy I have for service people, sometimes it is just horrible. I think an example might make more sense, okay? I once stopped at a fast food joint known for their Big Macs, all right? I don't even want to say their name. I don't know why, but you know who I'm talking about. We're talking about McDonald's. Ah, shit, I said it. Do I take this part off? No. Okay, I'm going to leave this in. Let's name them. Name and shame. Well, it's not shaming. I'm just telling you an incident that happened, all right? In fact, I'm going to I'm going to recreate the scene so you can feel what I felt, all right? I drive up to the McDonald's drive-through window, and this is the conversation I had. Hi, can I order this meal with 2 cheeseburgers, the combo meal you have with 2 cheeseburgers? Okay, sir. Yes, sure. Anything else? Yeah, actually, could I replace the cheeseburgers with hamburgers? Do you know the ones you have, the small hamburgers instead of the cheeseburgers? Oh, no, sir. No? Really? Why not? I just want, it's the same thing, right? Oh, no, sir, we cannot do it. You can't do it. You can't do it? Why? Oh, why not? Oh, sir, system. System? Are you talking about, like, what, capitalism? What system? What, sir? No, I'm asking you what, like, I don't get it. What do you mean by the system? Oh, sir, no button. There's no button? What's that got to do with cheeseburger and hamburger? Sir, no button on the till. No, cannot change. No button to change. You don't have a button to change what? I don't. I'm so sorry. Could you just? I'm confused. There's no button for what? So no button on till. No replacement. No cheeseburger. No. Okay. All right. You know what? It's fine. Just I'll take the cheeseburger. It's fine if you can't replace it. Just give me the 2 cheeseburgers, and could I have them without pickle? Oh, no problem, sir. I remove pickle. Anything else you want to remove? Yeah. Actually, could you just remove the cheese? Oh, no problem, sir. No, we remove cheese. Okay, so you can remove the cheese off my burger and give it to me without the cheese. Yes, sir. But no hamburger. No.
We'll be back after a quick break.
I booked my first Broadway show with no agent, no casting contacts, and no New York credits. It was my first Broadway audition, and I got it on my own. I'm Joshua Morgan. I believe in taking big risks as an actor and artist. In my podcast, Creative Risk, my friend Mike Labadia and I dive into art, entrepreneurialism, and everything in between. To break through in the entertainment industry during this late-stage capitalist hellscape, we need new skills and transparent conversations. We chat with rising creative leaders about topics like mindset, communication, and building a brand. Creative Risk delivers no bullshit. Tune into the Creative Risk podcast and step your business and your up today.
All right, I'll just get that then. Thank you. That was a true story. That's what happened. I had this whole conversation, and the guy kept saying no. He said no a lot more times than I did in this recreation. I just didn't want you to... I wanted you to feel what I felt, but I didn't want you to feel the entire frustration I felt in case you get angry along with me and crash your car while listening to this episode or something. I just I wanted to make sure you're safe. Okay. And that's part of service. That's what I meant when I'm like, you're in this. This is what I meant. We're all in service. We got to be thinking about our fellow people, right? And like I said before, I have done a job, and it was a very intense service job. It was like one of those customer service jobs, and I had to do stuff in there that I definitely didn't like. It was one of those mall information desk type things, and it was, some of it was really good. I had fun people I worked with. In fact, when I was doing it part time, I had a good friend who was working with me, so it made it really fun. We had a good time together. We'd laugh about it. Sometimes it would get intense, but I knew we had each other's back. So we had that. There was a lot of stuff. Sometimes people would make us angry, but most times, sometimes people are just rude, outright rude, right? So I get why some service staff start getting defensive, but I never let it make me angry with everybody. I would just be annoyed at rude customers. I didn't start becoming rude with all customers. I just didn't have it in me. And that's why I was so good, Praise myself so much. But I thought I was good. I was very helpful with the team. And just so you know how good I was, I had joined after a couple of the people on the team, and I got made team leader very soon, which was nice because it gave me a little bump in pay as well, and I enjoyed that part a lot. It was like, really quick. So I think I impressed people quite a bit by doing that, but it wasn't always smooth, right? Like one of the times, just to explain what I was dealing with, right? Sometimes you just had people who would confuse the hell out of you, or didn't know what they wanted, or sometimes it wasn't their fault, but things like this happen. Like, let me take you back. Let me recreate one of the conversations that's memorable in my mind, and so you can feel what I felt. Excuse me. Hi, sir. What can I do for you? Yes, can you tell me where I can find Dickney? Dickney, sir? Dickney. Sorry, are you looking for someone? No, Dickney. I'm looking for Dickney. Sir, Dickney. We don't have anyone named Dickney working here. Are you sure you want to ask the mall management? Is that someone in mall management? No, my friend, Dickney. Dickney. I'm looking for Dickney. Dickney. I'm sorry, sir. I'm really confused. Is this a shop you're looking for, or a person? Yes, a shop for clothing. Shop. Dickney. Actually, look, sir, I've got this whole map for the mall here, and it's got a list of the stores. Can I just take you through what we have? Yes, but you don't know? You have Dickney or no Dickney? I think maybe I'm forgetting. It's my fault completely. Let me have a look. Look, it starts with D. Dickney starts with D. Yes, Dickney. Okay, cool, sir. Here are all the shops with D. What kind of stuff do they sell? Clothing, my friend, clothing. Dickney. All right. Okay. So I'm really sorry about this. Let me look. These are the stores. Do you recognize any? Is the one you're looking for right here? Yes, this one. This one right here. It's right here. Where this one? Sir, you're talking. You're asking for DKNY. Yes, Dickney. Okay. All right, sir. Just go down this side to the left. Take the right to the last right. You'll be at Dickney. Right, so if you notice in my replay, I don't lose my cool, and I will stick to the story that is exactly how it went, and that was how polite I was and how helpful I stayed throughout that interaction. It was as close to the truth as humanly possible. All right, so that's the kind of stuff you deal with, but you learn to deal with it, and all kinds of stuff happens. Like, being made team leader wasn't easy on me, but I handled both things quite well together. Being team leader didn't just mean I was handling customer complaints and customer inquiries. I was also trying to lead the team, right? Like, they would come to me for stuff, My manager had basically turned me into the go-between the rest of the team and her. And this way she wouldn't have to deal with them. Oh, now that I think about it, it wasn't very service-oriented of her to do that. But I mean, we all kind of won in that situation because I like I said, I got a promotion, I got a small bump pay. And I think she got a pretty good bump pay now that I think about it, because she was made manager. And she had a bigger kind of like org chart under her. And so she became a bigger manager. Okay, yeah, I guess I didn't think about that back then, but she always made it sound like it was a favor to me, which it was. It was still a favor to me. Okay, cool. So she was the manager, I was the team leader, and we had teams, and sometimes there would be issues. Like, we had this one staff member, and she was super nice and polite, and I got along with her really well. One of the things I don't have, though, is a strong nose. And I don't mean for, like, trouble or, like, a hunch. I mean, like, a strong nose for smelling. Literally, like, smell. I'm, like, the opposite of what are those dogs? Bloodhound? Hound dogs? The ones that you use for hunting? Hound dogs? Bloodhound? One of those. You know what I'm talking about, right? And I'm like the anti that dog, the complete opposite. So my point is, I don't have a strong sense of smell. And this girl, one day, my friend who worked with me walks up to me and goes, "Hey man, have you realized how much smell comes from her?" And I was like, no, I never noticed. And he was like, "No, she smells horrible. Like, something's off about her body odor is terrible. I don't know if it's her clothes or what, but it's really hard standing next to her." And I said, I've worked with her. I've never noticed. And he's like, "No, just catch a whiff next time. Like, really check it out." So I had an excuse to, like, go past her, and we were in close proximity. So I did a more deeper inhale than I would normally do. And this is one of the reasons I'm not a good swimmer, is because I can't take deep breaths. And so after a while, like, I start, like, flopping around in the water. That's not the point of the. I'm going off on some different tangent, but not the swimming bit. But just to give you an idea about how bad my lungs are, or whatever, my ability to breathe. Like, if I was a superhero, smelling and breathing wouldn't be my superpowers, is what I'm trying to say. So I walk by her, and I take a stronger whiff than I would normally. I inhale a bit stronger, like, how you would do with a cigarette when you're trying to pretend around your friends you can really smoke, but they suspect it, so you kind of pretend to take a deeper inhale. And I did that, and so I did that, and I smelled it then. And it was such a bad smell that I felt like my nose fell off. And it was so terrible. I was traumatized. And I was really angry with my friend. I was like, why would you make me do that? What have I done to you for you to do that to me? And he was like, no, I was just trying to tell you how bad it smelled. And I was like, yeah, that's like, I can still, this was about 20 years ago or something. And I can, if I close my eyes, I can't see. But that's not what? No, what I meant was, if I really think about it, I can smell it. All right. And that was the problem. She had a really horrible smell. So I forgot about it after that. I just avoided her. I stood as far as possible, and I made sure I held my breath, or just not do my deep fake inhales. And I was fine until my boss, she came back, and she was like, "Hey, Salman, I got to have a conversation with you." And you know what? I'll replay the conversation so you can feel what I felt. "Salman, I need you to do something for me." Sure, boss. What do you need me to do? This, your colleague, she's smelling. Yeah. I guess she is. Yeah, I just found out recently, burnt my nose. Yes, it's very terrible. Salman, I need you to talk to her and talk to her about this, okay? You want me to talk to her about what? The smell? No. Oh God, no. I don't think that's a good idea. No, Salman, you should. You're the team leader. It is a situation. It's a problem. The rest of the team are complaining a lot. Maybe the customers can smell it. If we don't know, so you must talk to her. I'm not. I don't think that's a good idea. Why don't you talk to her? You should talk to her. It might be more, comforting for you to talk. You know what I mean? No, I tried talking to her, and yes, I tried once. Okay, so what happened? She didn't like it. She got really angry and defensive, and she doesn't want to talk to me properly anymore ever since. Wait, so she didn't listen to you, and you think it's a good idea that I do? I work more close up with her. This is this clearly is not a good idea. And you're a girl, a woman. I'm a guy. Like it would be more horrible coming from me. No, no, Salman. Look, I made you team leader for a reason. I think you need to talk to her. All right, I can't do that. There's no way I will do that. If you don't, I'll have to bring it up in your performance appraisal. What? Okay, well, hang on. I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Salman. You're always so supportive. That's how the conversation went, and I was forced to. But I did tell her, listen, just give me a day or two to kind of work up my courage and find the right time to talk to my colleague about the smell. And I spent the next few days just terribly worried about what's going to happen and how will I do this. And I did get lucky, though. Maybe one of my prayers got answered, and my boss came up by herself, and she said, you know what, I thought about this, and I don't think it's a good idea that you speak to her. And I said, yeah, exactly. I was like, thank God, like, that's what I was saying. And she's like, no, I think you were about to, and I don't. She turned it around like it was I had thought of it, and that she had thought it through instead and decided that I shouldn't. I didn't care to correct her too much because I was just relieved that I didn't have to do this anymore. So I told her, cool, we won't. And so we all kind of just lived around that situation for another year or so before that person got married and left. And that's a whole different story because when I saw the guy she was dating, I was like, oh my God, he looks like he would definitely, he's a domestic abuser kind of guy. Like there will be complaints. And then I thought maybe I'm just being rude. And I felt sorry for the guy because he was also really polite to me. And I thought, how will he get intimate with her when she has this bad body odor? What will happen when he finally notices? And then my friend who works with me, he comes back and he says, Salman, I think they're made for each other. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, look, it's he smells just as much. And I was like, holy, what? And he said, yeah, if I was like, I didn't smell anything. And he was like, go next time you go past him. I was having coffee and I got it through in spite of the smell of coffee around me. And you do this. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that deep inhale thing anymore. I'll take your word for it. And I always worried about the two of them. I just thought, it's been years, like 15, 20 years maybe since I last saw them. And I do wonder about them every so often. Anytime I get a bad smell somewhere, I think of them and I go, did they ever catch on to their situation? And if they didn't, are they walking around this world? They must have kids by now. I didn't know they got married, but they must have kids now. And oh my God, what's going to happen? What's happening to the people around them? What's going on? All right. So this episode was about service, and those were the stories from my life in service. Dear God. Okay. All right. That was intense. That was a lot of memories. I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode. I got to go, and I've got a gig coming up in about an hour. So I was like, part of my determination to provide service meant I recorded this episode before I did that. So I'm going to go prepare for that, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care of yourself.
Thanks for joining us on another adventure with the Expat Brat, proudly brought to you by Capper Productions. If you enjoyed the show, please help us keep the mic running by clicking the link in the description and dropping as little as $3 to support us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest episodes.